Welcome to the Artbeat of Chattanooga. We have Dana Rogers today. We're going to be talking about Chattanooga, art, music, and the fun things there are to do here in Chattanooga. So Dana, you say hello to everybody. Great to be here. Great to have you here, Dana. Dana Rogers is my guest today on the Artbeat of Chattanooga. We're going to be covering things like different artists, musicians, what there is to do in Chattanooga. Mother's Day is coming up. It's a wonderful place. Take your mom downtown, your wife, enjoy all the sights and sounds and cuisine. Saturday is a big jubilee at the Chattanooga Choo Choo, and that is coming up Saturday at the Chattanooga Choo Choo. It's the 75th anniversary of Glenn Miller's song, the Chattanooga Choo Choo, which pretty much put us on the map. So you can go down there. There's going to be great Gatsby apparel and dancing into the night to big bands. And it's going to be a great time. Chattanooga Choo Choo put us on the map. Thank you to Glenn Miller. There's also dedicating the Rose Garden. They're renaming it to the Glenn Miller Garden. So join us down tonight or Saturday night at the Chattanooga Choo Choo for a good time starting at 5 o'clock in the afternoon, go until who knows when. So also Nightfall starts this week, and that starts at 7 o'clock. But a new thing this year is the block party, and that's on First Fridays. It coincides with the art gallery First Fridays, and it's going to be at Miller Plaza, including the Bessie Smith Cultural Center. And the goal is to bring the two together and bring more people to Chattanooga. There's going to be 3 different DJs playing music from 5 to 7, and there's going to be all kinds of things to do. So Friday nights, Nightfall, 15 concerts coming up. Go down there, enjoy it. There's so much to do in Chattanooga. And one of those things is to hear Dana Rogers, who just played at the Chattanooga Market Sunday. And she's playing other places. I'm going to let her tell you about some of her schedule. And go ahead, Dana.
Yeah, I've been playing around Chattanooga since 1997. I don't want to date myself, but I didn't start performing when I was 5. So it's been a few years. I couldn't be happier about it. As far as being able to play music for people is an amazing feeling. Just to put yourself out there like that is kind of scary. But
we're not nervous. Neither one of us. Not in the least.
You get used to it over time and doing over and over and over again. I do have some fun things coming up. I have Riverbend coming up on June 15th, which is the only Wednesday that Riverbend occurs on. I'm going to be on the Unum stage out in front of Hunter Art Museum.
Yay!
And that is going to be at 6:30. Usually a solo act, so this is going to be really fun for me. I'm going to be performing as a trio with an amazing friend of mine on the keyboard, and he's going to tickle the ivories for us in a very jazzy, funky, soulful way. And I'm not sure who the third person is going to be. I'm not going to tell anyone, actually, because I don't know.
Wow, so it's a surprise.
Bring it together.
So you need an alto? I mean, I sing alto. So
do you play trumpet too?
No. So what else do you have coming up? What other gigs do you have, Dana?
I have.
She plays all over Chattanooga, Georgia. Dana's been in the industry for 15 plus years, supporting herself strictly through her art, her music. Truly dedicated lady and talented. I'm one of her groupies or fans.
Thank you so much. The feeling is mutual. This Friday, actually, I'm playing at El Matador It's not Cinco de Mayo like today. It's 6 de Mayo.
Right. Happy Cinco de Mayo.
The 6th of May. Tomorrow, actually, at El Matador, right off exit 11 in Ooltewah. And then I'm playing at the Collegedale Market on Wednesday, the 11th. So a week from yesterday, from 4:30 to 6:30. This is a market that is, it's come together through the Chattanooga market, but it's the Collegedale Market, and I'm really looking forward to it. It's my first go, so we'll see how that goes. I've got the Aquarium Market coming up on May 28th. That's a really fun gig for me. I set up between the two aquariums underneath that little bridge that you can.
Now, the aquarium, everyone in Chattanooga knows about that. That is an amazing place, structure, and it really, as far as me, who is not a, native Chattanoogan, it, from what I'm understanding, really was a huge part of the whole reconstruction of downtown, the whole effort that I believe Chattanooga has done a fantastic job at renovating and making Chattanooga inviting. And there's a lot of things that I can't cover, but if you go online to Nooga.com, or what's the other one? I'll come up with the other one, but there's even now you can enter to promote Chattanooga and get awards by joining this group. And I'm going to have to look that up. So there's a big push still going on. And so Dana is going to be down there at one of the most beautiful spots in Chattanooga. And the aquarium is just incredible. So
yeah, it's amazing. And the fact that they have the little, quote, rivers that the children can play in, or the big kids too. I like to stick my tootsies in there too. It's just a really neat thing, family friendly all the way. I'll be out there from 12:30 until at least 4. So I usually play till 5, and I've only ever had rain one time when I've done that gig.
Yeah, well, we'll keep the rain away. So is there a site that your fans and our listeners can go to check out your schedule?
There is. It's DanaRogersMusic.com. There's only one D in my name. Dana with a D, Rogers with no D. Just
DanaRogers.com.
Dana Rogers Music.
DanaRogersMusic.com to find all about Dana, where she's playing. And Dana's also a single mom. I don't think she minds me sharing that. And she has worked in this industry supporting herself and her son. For how long, Dana?
Well, he will be 9 in July, and it's been the two of us since he was 2.
Yeah.
So for almost 7 years, I've been playing for a living by the grace of God for the past 12 and a half years almost. But it's just been the two of us since 2010. And it has just being able to be a musician and be a mom and having a very, very, very supportive family that helps make all of that possible. Thanks, Mom and Dad.
Yeah, and they are supportive. And meeting your parents at the Chattanooga Market this Sunday, Dana and her father sang. He played, she sang, and this lady can belt it out. I'm telling you, she is not only super talented on the guitar as an artist, but her voice is a very powerful, beautiful voice. And when she gets with her dad, something new happens, something amazing. And she's already amazing. But when you get that family dynamic, also, you just see like a little girl up there singing with her papa from her heart. Just all the nerves drop away, something whole different thing happen. And it was really a pleasure to meet your family and see that you and your father together.
Thanks. It's like I said to the crowd that day, that's very special times when he gets to sit in with me. It doesn't happen very often, but when it does, it sure does count for a lot.
Yeah. So art and music is part of your life and your background. Your family history?
Yes, actually, art and music. Both of my grandparents on my dad's parents played guitar, and he started playing guitar at a young age, which was the influence for me. And
is it on?
Then my grandmother, my mom's mom, she was an artist and a poet, and so the art and the music and the lyrical stuff runs deep in our our family.
Now, do you write any lyrics?
I do. I don't write them very often, but I have written many lyrics over the years. I was writing a lot between about 1999 and 2005, and somehow cut 4 albums during that time, and have not cut an album since. But folks, I just have to tell you that I have not stopped playing shows, and I thank you so much to my fans for continuing to support me, because even though that you guys are very patient with me about taking my time putting out another album, but I know it'll happen at the right time and exactly when it is meant to be. And it's not something that I do lighthearted. It's when I put something like that together, it's my soul. And so it's not. I was telling Jill before the show that I kind of wing it. I wing it with my whole life, but shows.
Well, what's the point in not winging it? From what I can tell, Dana, you can plan it, and life is just going to throw a curveball. It's going to interrupt your day or your plan. So that's awesome, because I don't think we have a choice.
My next album, though, that's not something that I just want to wing. I feel like now that I'm getting older, and there is an amazing crop of 20-something musicians in Chattanooga that I'm proud to be kind of an elder of now. Yep.
You're good.
Okay.
Russell's just interrupting. He just wants to be seen on the video stream. He's just kind of an extrovert that way.
That's all good. That's all good.
Really, Russell's helping me out. You know, this is a brand new show.
So you adjust what you need to adjust. So I'm good with that.
Dana's actually the first guest on the Artbeat of Chattanooga, and I'm so excited she's here. And I kind of did not tell you about myself, which Dana talking about an album, my mind immediately goes to, well, you need an illustrator, because I'm an artist. So that's why my heart is the Artbeat of Chattanooga, because I've fallen in love with Chattanooga, and art, that's a lifelong love. And I have a website also, vanguardartistry.com. And I have work hanging downtown at K-Vel Massage, also downtown, right across the street from Coolidge Park. And I also have a book, Poems from a Secret Garden, that I illustrated for the author Fred Ballou. And this is available on Amazon.com.
Awesome.
So, and you can also get Dana's music at her website, DanaRogersMusic.com.
Yes, there's actually not a whole lot of music on there. There's a couple of songs that I just recorded off the cuff in my living room, the living room sessions.
Well, how do our listeners get a hold of your albums that were cut?
Basically,
are you so old that they're like sitting in the record stores? What's going on here with that?
Okay, I can be found all over the web. Basically, just Google Dana Rogers music or Dana Rogers Chattanooga musician, and many ways to watch and listen to me will pop up. I'm all over YouTube. There's videos of Nightfall from 3 years ago on YouTube, and gosh, videos going all the way back to 10 years ago or so. cdbaby.com, you can download my albums. I'm on iTunes.
Okay.
There are so many outlets. Reverb Nation is a popular website for musicians to promote their acts, and that's just another place where you can go and listen to my songs.
So it's just like everything else. It used to be when I was I'm not going to date myself here, right? When I was growing up, if I asked my dad a question, he said, get out the dictionary or the encyclopedia.
Yeah.
Okay. I don't know if kids know what that is nowadays.
Yeah.
An encyclopedia, what's that? Now it's Google. That's just it.
Yeah.
So Google Dana Rogers, DANA1N, ROGERS, music.com. Yeah. And you'll find her all over the web. And Dana and I met within the last year.
Yeah.
Kind of a natural clandestine meeting. And ever since, I've been following her music and enjoying becoming her friend, and I'm super excited to have her here. So
that's awesome. Thank you so much. And it's in my neighborhood.
Yeah,
which is even
you're from
more
Hickson,
amazing.
right?
I am from Hickson, actually. I was born and raised here in Chattanooga. I'm a Middle Valley girl. Truth be known, I'm a Hickson class of '94 alumni.
I graduated close
Class
to that.
of 2004. No. Class of '94. And I actually just moved back with my son to Hickson. Coming up on 2 years in August. Was just on the other side of the river for a couple of decades.
So what's it been like? This is something I've heard from you, and raising a son, being a musician on the road, and how does that work for your family? Has that been a struggle at all?
It works so awesome for us because of my wonderful, wonderful, caring, loving, most supportive parents in the world. They really just make it all possible for me to do what I do and to do what I love. And when he's not with me, he is with my parents. And so that's his other house. And so he's just as at home with mom and pawpaw as he is with mommy.
And is your son also following in your footsteps? Does he love music? Is he leaning towards being a musician because of his mama?
I don't know if it's because of me. I've just made the instruments available to him, but I have never forced anything on him at all. But he did live the first 9 months of his life inside of a performer, so I might have had something to do with it. I don't know.
Yeah, the baby can hear. The baby can, all those songs. He can hear those songs from a very early time. So that's a very interesting point for female performers or even male performers who are practicing around their children. These kids from very early on are getting this input of this song and the notes, and who knows what else they get. So.
I know, that's intertwined with their souls from in utero, which blows my mind. But he is my little prog rocker on the piano for an almost 9-year-old. He is starting to blow my mind on the piano, just playing by ear and using different effects.
So the genes seem to run in your family and the music, and that's wonderful. So Dana's provided home through her music, and she is a Hickson, Chattanooga native.
Yeah.
So what do you think about what's happened in Chattanooga? The rebirth almost of Chattanooga in the last decade.
I think it's amazing. I know that in the early 90s, when we were in high school, we all kind of wanted to leave. But right around that time, it started to get cool. I think it was around the mid-90s. I don't know, 20 years ago or so, they started revamping many things downtown. I think more venues popped up, and I know I started going to shows as soon as I was old enough to get in.
Mm-hmm.
And
no fake ID, come on.
Not in this town anyway.
Not with mom and dad listening.
No, it was real. It was just someone else's.
Right?
So it didn't work. I tried that one time in Nashville, and it didn't work for me.
All right. You probably shouldn't have picked a brunette. I mean,
I could see right through me.
So so you as a teenager, kind of your group of kids were a little discouraged and maybe thinking there wasn't a great future in Chattanooga, but that has turned around, hasn't it?
Oh, it totally has. And just to be part of the music family here is so awesome. There are so many musicians I don't even know. So many bands I don't even know, but I see the schedule and I go, gosh, I need to get out to these shows. My problem is, and it's not a problem, it's a wonderful, best problem to have, is that I'm usually playing my own shows, which is a blessing. But there is definitely a lot going on in Chattanooga. There's the new Track 29 and the Revelry Room. Both of those are at the Choo Choo. Speaking of the Choo Choo, you should stop by and check them out while you're, at least figure out where they are while you're visiting the Choo Choo on Saturday at the celebration. And I think the Revelry Room kind of, in a way, took over what Rhythm and Blues was, though nothing could ever.
Dana, sing it.
Nothing could ever. Choo Choo. Track 29.
The Chattanooga Choo Choo.
It was a sad day when Rhythm and Brews closed down after I think they were around for about 15 years. But off with the old and on with the new.
Yeah.
We just keep going. That's what we do.
And Dana's got an excellent point, because there is the music, art, and local venues of creative people in Chattanooga is so broad. I could list them all day long and miss others. So part of the goal of this show is not to give you a list of the events of Chattanooga. This is about Chattanooga.
Yeah.
So thanks for joining us. We'll be back in a little bit after this break.
We're starting over. I'm doing a new show. I want guys who push it to the middle of the table and go over the top. Take a risk, fail miserably. I'm right, and I'm not wrong, and I'll never back down. Conflict works. Allow it.
It's The Herd with Colin Cowherd. Right here and everywhere. Noon Eastern.
You give us 12 minutes and 40 seconds. We'll give you Chattanooga and the world.
News Talk 1240. Finding just the right place to live can be a daunting task. Stop your search. In Chattanooga, the place to live is Cross Creek Villas for under $1,000 and available for immediate move-in. You can enjoy this 2-bedroom split layout, over 1,000 square feet, 9-foot ceilings, an extra large patio or balcony. And don't forget to ask about their preferred employer program. Cross Creek Villas is a gated community offering a 24-hour fitness facility, a beautiful pool and hot tub, and Cross Creek Villas is pet friendly. Stroll the pet park with your best friend and enjoy the free use of their business center and clubhouse. Plus, if you mention you heard this on the radio, your application fee is free. Cross Creek Villas, close to downtown off of Highway 58. Go to crosscreekchattanooga.com. That's crosscreekchattanooga.com or call 894-0446. That's 894-0446. Redefine the way you live at Cross Creek Villas. Go to crosscreekchattanooga.com or call 894-0446. Cross Creek Villas.
MLS 2239. What would you do with all that cash? Listen up, y'all. Ben Phillips here, Home Rate Mortgage, 805-9100. $1,200. That's how much we just put back in a Sonny Daisy family's pocket per month. All they did was pick up the phone. 805-9100. That's 805-9100. Get that quick quote now. 805-9100. HomeRateMortgage.com. MLS 2239. Do you want to achieve the American dream in 2016? Listen up, y'all. I'm Ben Phillips with Home Rate Mortgage, 805-9100. We just helped a police officer purchase his first home in East Brainerd. Now he's grilling and chilling on his back deck. The American dream. You could achieve it with no money down options. Why wouldn't you call? 805-9100, HomeRateMortgage.com.
Shake, shake, shake it at Five Guys Burgers and Fries. The most delicious and unique milkshakes. How about this for delicious and different? Add freshly cooked bacon to any milkshake.
Is that even legal?
You bet your milkshake and booty it is. Chocolate caramel bacon shake. Coffee caramel shake. All hand blended. Shake, shake, shake it. Down at Five Guys Burgers and Fries. Just about any flavor shake that you can imagine. And they are delicious. Get your shake, shake, shake on at Five Guys Burgers and Fries. Five Guys Burgers and Fries, located in Hickson at North Point. Gun Barrel at the Walmart Center. Downtown 4th and Broad. And in Cleveland at Keith and Stewart.
Hi, I'm Adam Disbro, the owner and the head surgeon of Cell Surgeon. Broken screen? You need it repaired now. We can do that. We'll have your phone repaired within the hour. No hassle, no mess, no stress. We love fixing cell phones. Your cell phone has become part of your daily activities. You've noticed your cell phone is not charging properly. It could be a charge port issue or your charger. Come in for free. We'll test your phone and your charger. You have an expensive phone. Don't feed it with a cheap charger. A cheap charger can actually damage your device. Our high-quality chargers are affordable. Cell Surgeon, 140 Northgate Mall Drive, right next to Old Chicago Pizza. 423-668-0100. www.thecellsurgeon.com. Please like us on Facebook at facebook.com/thecellsurgeon.
Get $10 off a screen repair. Mention Hot News Talk Radio. Broken screen, phone not charging, water damage, battery given out. Cell Surgeon in Northgate Mall next to Old Chicago Pizza. Check us out on Facebook. Open Sunday. Cell Surgeon. We bring your phone back to life.
In the middle of our street. Hi, I'm Sabrina with Sabrina Realty Associates. Now is a great time to sell your home. In our area, inventory is at an all-time low, which translates into higher sales prices. Call us today at 423-499-7780 to set up a free consultation and discuss our unique and aggressive marketing programs. We will provide you with a free market analysis to determine the right value of your home. Call us today at 423-499-7780 or visit our website at sabrinarealty.com.
In the middle of our street. You give us 12 minutes and 40 seconds, we'll give you Chattanooga and the world.
News Talk 1240.
AM 1240 Hot News Talk Radio with your Hot News Now update. A teenager was shot multiple times on Wilson Street Wednesday night. The 911 caller said that the victim was on her porch and the shooter drove off in a silver vehicle, possibly a drive-by shooting. The CPD arrived on scene and initiated first aid for the victim. He's been taken to the hospital. He's been described as having life-threatening injuries. The CPD Violent Crimes Bureau is investigating. Skyline power equipment on Cloud Springs Road in Georgia went up in smoke last night. Apparently, fuel caught on fire from an unknown source, and the building is a total loss. 50% of the structure has been lost. The owner says that he was at home when he received a call about it. He hopes that insurance will be able to take care of his customers' lawn equipment. Volkswagen in Chattanooga has just completed the metal test body for the upcoming mid-sized SUV to be produced here in Chattanooga. The first test body is for purposes of checking calibration on body equipment and processes and to train everybody on how to use them. The body is then passed on for further testing and development. If it's going on in the Tennessee Valley, it's going on Hot News Talk Radio.
You give us 12 minutes and 40 seconds, we'll give you Chattanooga and the world.
News Talk 1240.
Becoming quite breezy and staying cool out there through the afternoon. Could see a passing sprinkle or spotty shower, but not much. Highs lower 60s. Tonight, partly cloudy, lows back into the mid and upper 40s. For Friday, though, more sunshine returns. Highs warming back into the lower 70s. More sunshine back into the 80s for the weekend. Mother's Day is Sunday, and Glass Farm Nursery has all the color that Mom would like. From hanging baskets, bedding plants, and shrubs, Glass Farm has it all. Highway 11, 4 miles south of Trenton. And I'm 1412 Chief Meteorologist Patrick Hoare.
On AM 1240, Hot News Talk Radio.
Welcome back to the Artbeat of Chattanooga. We're here with Dana Rogers, musician, mom.
Oh,
amazing person.
Many hat wearer.
Yes. And I'm pretty new at this, so I'm going to ask Russell how we fade that music again. Click on this. Yeah, this is real, guys. It's live on Hot News Talk Radio 1240, AM 1240, Hot News Talk Radio. You can hear us on YouTube if you go to our website, Hot News Talk Radio. Click YouTube and you get to watch us live right now, like learning how to do this and getting help from Russell. Thank you, Russell. They're very helpful here. And Sab, who's the owner, one of the owners of the station, got me a little note that I'm actually not only supposed to talk about me and Dana, but about the radio station. I don't get it, but you know, AM 1240, Hot News Talk Radio. And you can get the TuneIn app, which is awesome because you can listen to it anywhere. You know, it's the web. It's viral. So, you know, you can find us anywhere nowadays. And I'm Jillian, author. I'm not the author. I'm the illustrator, artist. VanguardArtistry.com is my website. I have work hanging downtown Chattanooga. I'm in love with Chattanooga, and that's what the show is about, and especially focusing on the arts, artists, and why to go downtown Chattanooga. What is so amazing about Chattanooga? It's beautiful. It's got the walking bridge between the North and South Shores, 2 wonderful districts rich with culture, art, and all kinds of cuisine, music, anything you can really think of. And this is the book that I illustrated, Poems from a Secret Garden, written by Fred Ballou. And he's pretty funny because I was talking to him about the show, and he came up with a joke. And this is about Sab. And I have to say it applies to probably David Tulis as well. Sab is so conservative. The last time he went to Chick-fil-A, he threw out all the left wings. You know, and that's sad. So giving credit to Fred for coming up with that, I think is pretty good. So thank you, Fred, for that. And my work can be seen at kval.com. And that is a studio downtown right on River Avenue across from Coolidge Park. So come and visit us. So again, we got Dana Rogers, and we're just kind of chatting back and forth and talking about Chattanooga. So Dana, what's your favorite thing about Chattanooga, or your favorite thing to do in Chattanooga other than play your music?
Wow. Of course, I love to go and catch a show when I can.
Yeah, I found that a little difficult. I'm trying to get to go see my friends Planet, who are coming on the show in a couple weeks, and also playing at Riverbend. And there's always a schedule conflict. I don't get it.
I'm a working musician, and a full-time mom and full-time musician, so that keeps my plate pretty full. But I definitely get out to the venues when I can. I really wanted to go see Kiefer Sutherland just because it was Kiefer on Sunday night at the Revelry Room, but I didn't make it to that, so I'll have to check on the web and see how it was.
Yeah, we need a transporter. We just need a transporter so we can just get to these places and get back. And like Russell and I were just talking about, an avatar would be helpful. So there's a lot going on. It's Cinco de Mayo, and that's a national, basically international holiday, and that's today. So there's a lot of parties, a lot of things happening downtown, especially at, and here we go, I'm going to learn this, okay? The Chattanooga Choo Choo. And I was trying to get Dana to sing along, but she doesn't have any headphones, so she can't hear it, So I'm thinking, well, I could sing it, but I think we'll just play the music. But tonight at the Chattanooga Choo Choo it starts at 5, but it's celebrating the 75th anniversary.
Saturday?
Yeah, Saturday. I'm sorry. Okay. I'm thinking about Cinco de Mayo. The anniversary of Glenn Miller's song, the orchestral version of the song, which basically kind of put Chattanooga on the map. And this came out in 1941. I was not alive, I swear. And it's got a great Gatsby attire going on. There's going to be big band dancing at night. There's all kinds of events going on all day around this Chattanooga Choo Choo event. And the Rose Garden is being renamed to the Glenn Miller Garden. So that's exciting too.
I think that's awesome and a great tribute.
Yes. It's an exciting thing, and it really did put us on the map. And he's a wonderful, singer, musician. And you can find all about anything about Chattanooga at Nooga.com and ChattanoogaFun.com. So, instead of boring listing, way more than we can fit, just go there and check it out. There's always something amazing going on in Chattanooga.
You can even Google Chattanooga, Tennessee live music. Or art events, or just events.
Yes, you can narrow it down, absolutely. But
there's plenty out there to be found.
Yeah, there's a lot to go on the web. If you want to find out what's going on and what time it is, Google it, get your dictionary out, whatever. So
you said Nightfall starts tomorrow.
Nightfall starts tomorrow.
It's always a fun, free event for
free music. I came to Chattanooga from the cold north. And sorry guys, but my family, but the weather here, you can't even talk about the comparison. So, and the free music blew my mind.
Yeah.
Just open air music, families and kids playing in the fountains, families hanging out at the music. I didn't witness any raucous behavior or anything out of line. I've seen a very good chill vibe of open air music all over Chattanooga all summer long.
Yeah, it's true. It's amazing when you think about how many free chances you have to hear live music in Chattanooga. There's really no excuse to not get out there and just get in your car. Okay, you might spend a couple bucks in gas, but even the gas is pretty cheap right now.
Yeah, it went up a little bit, but
it did, but it's not $4.50. So
right. And then even after this is River Music Nights. And that's
Riverfront Nights.
Riverfront Nights. And that comes up, I think it starts in July or August, a little bit later in the summer, but that's a wonderful venue too. It's right on the river.
Free.
You can walk out on, the pier or whatever they call that right there. It's the lights on the river, people in their boats, enjoying the music from their boats, having their drink or their little snack down there. So Chattanooga is just something I've fallen in love with. And, Dana, what else do you really, find about Chattanooga? We were talking about you were raised here. You're a native of Hickson and Chattanooga area.
Yeah.
And as a teenager, you said kind of that there was a little bit of, and this is normal for kids to want to leave their hometown, I think.
Yeah,
but something kept you here other than your amazing family. So that's a pretty incredible thing. And what do you really love to do downtown now? What can the mothers do on Mother's Day? What would you recommend? You're a mom. If you're going downtown, what do you want to do?
On Mother's Day, it's Chattanooga Market. I'm sure it's probably going to be packed. I don't even know who's playing, but, there's no shortage of fresh fruits and veggies and
hot dogs,
music,
artisans.
I know, handmade things. And, I think a lot of people, there's a misconception about if it's handmade, it's going to be expensive. Now, or if it's locally made or whatever, it's going to be expensive, but that's just not true. There are many, 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 many things to do at the market, just to walk around.
Yeah, the artisans down there, it's amazing. It is a good cross section to see of the art and the craftsmanship going on in Chattanooga, the entrepreneurism of the local people. And that's something about downtown that I love is there's such a large number of local businesses, local art galleries. And I really have noticed that about Chattanooga. We support local commerce, and it's important to most of us here in Chattanooga. And by going to the market and visiting the artisans, you also support Chattanooga. You support these local families like Dana, who are supporting their families with these arts and crafts and lotions and potions and everything you can imagine. And the creative and business ability of the people in Chattanooga is to be respected and admired. And I hope you go down there because these people love to just talk with you. They love you just to see their work. I mean, well, that's what an artist wants. We want you to experience, our work. We want to evoke a feeling. And one of the interesting thing is they're always kind of arguing around here about Stab says radio towers are art. And then, there's a little discussion ensues about that. So I looked up the definition of art, I Googled it. Okay.
It's all good.
I don't have a dictionary. Maybe I do.
Do you Google? Yes.
The expression or application. This is art. The expression or application of human creative skill and imagination, typically in a visual form, such as painting, or sculpture, producing works to be appreciated primarily for their beauty or emotional power. And it brings to mind another person and place, which is the Bessie Smith Cultural Center, is this gentleman, Billy Weeks, who I met he's a professor at UTC. He photographs in black and white, real life things like in Ecuador, and he goes into dangerous places and produces very strong emotional pieces that evoke a very strong emotion. He also claims he's not an artist, but guess what, Billy? I think you are. So, it can, and then the various branches are painting, music, literature, and dance, but there's no stereotypes. No one can tell you what art is,
That's true.
If you get an emotion from it and you feel it's art, we can't really argue.
Yes. So, well, people tell me, you're an artist. Or I say, I'm not an artist. And they said, well, you're a music artist. So I guess I make art for your ears.
Well, I brought you on the Artbeat of Chattanooga, so I think you're an artist. And, honestly, music is, and I've said this, Tina, music is a medium that I believe travels the farthest as far as an art form, especially in this day and age.
Yeah.
It lasts for years, like the thing going on at the Choo Choo tonight. That song came out 75 years ago.
75th anniversary. I know. It's amazing.
How many people have heard that song? You got to go and see my paintings unless it's online. So next time, if I got a choice, I would be a musician, if there was such thing. But so we're AM 1240, hot news talk radio. And we can be listened to at our website, hotnewstalkradio.com. And you can click YouTube and watch us live here, as we stumble around a little bit. And you can also get TuneIn Radio and hear that anywhere. We've got listeners all over the world. So I'm really glad you're joining us today. So,
So where did you say that we can see your art? Speaking of art.
Right now I'm currently showing it's a kval.com is their website. It's 199 River Street, and it's Kval Massage. And it's basically, we're kind of doing a startup gallery there. Right now, we just have my work. We're going to be bringing in some of my other local artists and people that I love their products and love their spirit and their business approach. So we're broadening it out, but that can be seen there and my website, vanguardartistry.com. Occasionally, I show around Chattanooga at different galleries, reflections, that sort of thing. So,
what about your yoga mats?
Are you plugging for me now, Dana?
What?
Are we out of stuff to talk about you?
No, we're talking about art.
I should have brought a yoga mat. Yeah, my stress
They're
relief.
really cool.
Yeah, thank you. I love them. My stress relief is original painted yoga mats. And I basically went into my sketchbook and started painting the sketches onto yoga mats. And they're getting kind of popular. And, I sell them. So I can kind of whip those out. So paintings can take me up to 2 years, believe it or not, depending on how many I'm working on or how difficult the painting may be, even emotionally, to get out.
Some of my songs take 2 years too. Literally.
I'm probably working on 10 things at once, usually, jumping around. I mean, seriously, my place is just artwork everywhere. Yoga mats. Right now, there's a yoga mat on the table, there's paint out, and then there's my easel and my paints. And,
You're
it's just
artiste.
A true studio apartment, let me tell you. So I'm trying to,
Awesome.
make room for myself too. But I
happen to really love your choice of hues.
Thank you.
I love blues and purples, and it's just kind of a flowy water thing. I think maybe it's an Aquarius trait of mine. I'm not sure.
When the moon
is in the seventh house.
We're gonna go to a music station now. So anyway, yeah, I really appreciate that, Dana. And artists like yourself and myself, I struggle with my own desire to produce my art, and I struggle with what I produce.
I know
sometimes.
that feeling big time.
Paintings don't always come out like I want them to.
Hence, not cutting an album and cutting so many in a short amount of years, and 3 or 4 years, and then not cutting. I say that I'm on the Sade plan. She cuts an album about once every 10 years, and
yeah, well, I think you're due, Dana. And I really love your music. And Dana, right after we met, I didn't know who she was really, and I was having a little soiree. I think it was a Halloween party,
it
right?
was.
Or was
yes.
it New Year's?
No, it was Halloween. Because remember
and
what
we met casually, and she's like, "Oh yeah, I'm a musician and that, and I'm great. You want to come and play at this party?" She comes up and
she's
plays.
never even heard me play.
Right, but she comes up and sets up with her little lights and her stool and her guitar, and she starts playing. And I'm just sitting there stunned, and her spirit and her energy and her personality, and everyone was just stunned. We were like, whoa, she's a real musician. Didn't even mention money, nothing like that. She just came and sang for us at this party, just in a home. And that's Dana. She's real. She's down to earth.
Aww.
She's fun. Yeah. She's a great person. So along with her beautiful music, which, Dana's going to be playing again at Riverbend. And which week is that?
It is, my Riverbend set is on Wednesday, June 15th at 6:30 on the Unum stage, which is awesome for me. I have played Riverbend many times in the early 2000s, but I don't think I've played since 2008 or 9. So I'm due a set, but I've usually either played on the tent stage or under the walking bridge, but they have put me on the Unum stage this year, which is amazing, out there just in front of the Hunter Museum of American Art.
Yeah, that's an amazing
what better
museum.
place to be.
Yeah, that's awesome. You played at Hunter Museum recently, didn't you?
Inside? I did for their jazz brunch series.
Right.
Yeah.
So you're just all over the place, aren't you, Dana?
Speaking of jazz, just in Chattanooga, there's a really cool new organization called Jazzanuga. So just Google that, Jazzanuga. They just had their jazz festival, which I completely missed due to my own shows. Yeah, check them out. Jazz Anuga. I'm just like, why didn't I come up with that about 20 years ago?
Brand new. And like the sculpture park, there's so many new things coming to Chattanooga in the arts. It really is an eclectic, local focused community, especially downtown, North and South Shore. They both have their own personality, their own feel. But that walking bridge tying Chattanooga together, that was brilliant. And it's so beautiful. You walk across, you see the beautiful river and the boats, and there's so much to do downtown. And
there is. And back to music, there are so many genres of music, of bands in Chattanooga. You've got straight rock and roll. You've got jazz, blues, funk, soul, bluegrass, Chet Atkins. I mean, it's all here. It really is.
There's no excuse to be bored here. I mean, that's one of the main things that drew me to Chattanooga.
And classical, we've got the symphony too, which is who I was sitting in for at the market on Sunday.
Yes.
Those are rather large shoes to fill.
We have culture. We have culture here in Chattanooga. And it's fun, and it's family based and accessible. There's so many just free accessible things. Coolidge Park, amazing, beautiful park. This families all the time, and the bells down there. You can play music on this giant bell sculpture or structure.
Yes.
So this is AM 1240 Hot News Talk Radio. You can tune in through our website, hotnewstalkradio.com. Click the YouTube link and see us live here. All the different shows throughout the day. This is the Artbeat of Chattanooga. This is a newer show, and I think these guys have no idea what they're doing bringing me in here. So I'm going to bring a bunch of crazy artists.
They obviously have sense.
Your mind fix will not work on me. So, that's just how it's going to go. So we're going to have fun, though, and we're going to focus, along with Hot News Talk Radio's concept. I also believe in less government, more freedom, local commerce, local business. And that's another reason that, I wanted to bring this show to Chattanooga. And I'm really excited about the things that Chattanooga is doing to even encourage the residents to share social media about Chattanooga and potentially win prizes. And I am trying to see if I recorded that, because I was kind of just scrolling through some things, and I'm not sure that I got that site. But if you go on Nooga.com, you're going to find it. So if you want to promote Chattanooga, look for that. And I'll bring that website next time. So we'll get that information to you.
Awesome.
Even you, Dana, you can win prizes. You can social media, add it to your website, add it to your, you register with these guys, and you can add it to your site and everything. This is our NASCAR offer. So you can win, it's $125 cash weekly, or $124 at Five Guys, I believe that is. And you have to guess the winners of the race. But we have the exclusive NASCAR runs.
Not my strong suit, unfortunately.
You can listen to NASCAR on this station. So that's pretty neat. So I think she just wants to know if she can win the prize. So, Dana, you're a homeowner. You're a musician. You're a mom.
Yeah.
You're a friend. I really appreciate you coming. Dana Rogers.
Thank you so much for having me.
DanaRogersMusic.com. Thank you so much, Dana, for coming.
Thanks.
Jr. He's got third. He's going for second. Earnhardt going for the lead.
The NASCAR Sprint Cup Series is on the Motor Racing Network.
Hot News Talk 1240.
Hear it live on the Motor Racing Network, the voice of NASCAR.
Check it out live on Chattanooga's official NASCAR radio station. Hot News Talk 1240.